oddly, if Michigan were to take it, it will be the first time they've won a basketball championship outside of their state. Notre Dame has won elsewhere, of course. Lucky, we spoke about the beef up front, but the backcourt could make the difference. And I want to ask you a question. We know about the shooters, but Notre Dame has a fellow named Jim Dolan, who is 6'8", he's a forward, but he's the big assist man. He's actually like a guard on that team.
Well, he's a point guard wrapped in a 6'8", 220-pound body, and it's very difficult for the small guards to handle when he comes to the head of the key. But the two key guys, I think, in this backcourt battle are Tom Sluby, the 6'4" senior from Notre Dame, and of course Antoine Joubert. There's Sluby putting one away at a crucial time in the semifinals Monday evening. Joubert, a freshman. Let's go back now. Here's Sluby. Sluby has been drawing a lot of analogies to he and Adrian Dantley, and they do play a lot alike. The body type at 6'4", both had the outside shot, the good pump fakes, the ability to go inside. Joubert is just a freshman as opposed to Sluby being a senior, but in addition to his offensive power, Joubert did a marvelous job on Curry Monday night in the semifinals and shut him down against that final shot. And then just to put the icing on the cake for the University of Michigan, at the cards, number 11, Antoine Joubert. Number 25, Eric Turner. At center, number 42, Roy Topley. And at the forwards, number 40, Richard Relford. And number 44, Tim McCormick. And here's the coach of the Wolverines, Phil Frieder. For the Irish of the University of Notre Dame, at the guards, number 24, Joe Howard. Number 33, Tom Sluby. At center, number 41, Tim Captain. And at the forwards, number 42, Jim Dolan. And number 44, Ken Barlow. And the coach of the Irish, Digger Phelps.
Here we go now. The Fighting Irish, 21-11. University of Michigan, 22-10. The officials, Hank Nichols, Larry Rumble, and John Hanning. Ready now to play ball. Here's a look at how the Notre Dame team got here. Victories over Old Dominion, Boston College, and Pittsburgh, and USL. That was the semifinal right here at Madison Square Garden. That's how the Fighting Irish did it. And Michigan also closed with a rush. First round, Wichita State a win, then against Marquette, then against Xavier, and then against Virginia Tech. And they're all set now for this 47th annual NIT for the championship.
Noticing in the quarterfinal and semifinal with the two teams they had to defeat were both quick teams, Xavier and Virginia Tech. And this is not the case tonight. The quickness has given the Wolverines the most problem. And of course, tonight we're talking muscle. No question. We know where the beef is. It's right out there in front of us.
And Kempton, who is a big part of the beef trust, is in the starting lineup. And it's Kempton with the ball. Notre Dame has the ball. This is Howard in possession. Picked up by Turner. Dolan. And the pass was knocked away that time as it went inside. Michigan has the ball down now with Turner in possession.
We can look for Notre Dame starting here in a 1-3-1 to change defense virtually every time down the floor. Concept being keep changing, hopefully they won't find the groove, and above all, keep them off the board.
Antoine Joubert is right there, number 11, guiding the attack. Turner getting off the shot.
Well, that's crucial to the Wolverines. Did not play well Monday night.
Eric Turner, averaging just under 11 for the season from Flint, Michigan. Michigan up by 2 in the early going here at the Garden. This is Sluby, and Sluby shooting.
Well, as advertised, trying to check Sluby. Sluby using that senior experience to take him into that 12-foot range where he's virtually unstoppable.
Last time these two teams met was 2 years ago. Notre Dame won it by a point. They did not play during the season. They know each other well through tapes, TV. McCormick standing in the right spot at the right time. There's the score, 4-2 Michigan.
Digger had something to say to Barlow about those offensive shots. Howard's coach is almost paranoid about board play. In the press conference and their practices, all they said was boards, boards, boards. Here's Digger pursuing the point with Barlow. And that folks, is called friendly screw nothings in your ear. Or Barlow, if you don't get up there and put your teeth in that glass and come out with the ball, you're in big trouble. You're going to be sitting next to me. Or something like that. But that's close.
Howard, guarded by Turner. Kempton. McCormick is on him. This is Dolan. Kempton back. The pass, which is getting away. Howard at pursuit.
Even Joe Howard, who won one for 96 yards this football season for the Irish, couldn't run that one down.
So in a backcourt violation. And there's Digger.
I don't know what happened. When we had 2 games out in South Bend, I made reference to Digger's carnation, and he has been without flowers here in New York. Of course, with it snowing out, that might have something to do with it.
Antoine Joubert. Rebound. Harpley comes up with the ball. He's not big and heft, but he sure can move around, can jump and get good position. The final part of the Wolverines. Joubert, good fake in the shot. Antoine Joubert from Detroit. It's a Cooley High School.
Very smooth customer. He's got his work cut out for him tonight.
Make that Southwestern High School for Antoine from Detroit. He's fouled on the charge.
I'll tell you what's happening out there. At both ends of the floor, there is an excessive amount of push and shove. I watch you there running into Kempton. There's one. He must feel like he's in a pinball machine game, and he's the ball. And it's only 2 minutes old.
So McCormick on the foul. Howard the pass. Up, it got away. Dolan tried to rescue it. Michigan has the ball. Michigan leading 6-2.
There's conversation. The attitude out there, the electricity is negative. It is not good.
Turner against Howard. Middle is wide open. In low is McCormick. Kempton is pressing against him. Joubert with shooting room. Antoine Joubert.
Joubert's his key job tonight is to handle Sluby down under. Sluby will be rubbing him off picks all night long. And Joubert's hit the deck again. That time it was Dolan. Try to concentrate now when Notre Dame has the ball. Try to follow Sluby as he tries to run this maze, leaving Joubert with a face full of numbers as he goes. Unbelievable screens down there.
4 turnovers for the Fighting Irish, who trail 8-2. Howard on Turner, away from the ball. Tarpley was over there clapping his hands right now, so apparently they got somebody going against Tarpley.
Self-reader with his security towel says, that's right. Digger Phelps without towel. Boy, is he intense. He wants this championship. Made it to the finals in 73. Lost the championship here on a buzzer beater. 92-91.
Fouls against Sluby. The ball gets away off the toe that time of Richard Relford as Sluby gets off the shot of McCormick on the rebound. But McCormick is bumped. He was bumped by Dolan. So the foul is called there.
Digger up contesting Jack Hannon's call. I think what has happened is the officials have allowed him to play a little and now are trying to pull back. And the last few fouls off the ball and that one over the back indicates to me officials are trying to get this game back under control.
Eric Turner down the middle. Dolan rebounds. Fast break. Sluby up front. And Sluby's dumps it.
Well, when Eric Turner penetrated, nobody from Michigan covered defensively. And when he threw up that brick, there was nobody back to stop the break. And while Notre Dame is not possessed with blinding speed, they will take it out there under control, do a pretty good job in transition.
Tarpley. Rebound by Howard, standing all by himself. Michigan leading 8-4. Howard fakes, goes up with a twisting shot which doesn't go. Fast break. And look at this tug of war. Travel is called.
I am not believing that. It is
the travel called against McCormick. And let's take a look and see how it looks to you.
Two sumo wrestlers hit at high speed. Here's Howard coming down. He takes it in the paint, and he's surrounded by blue. He throws up. He just jacks one off the glass. Watch McCormick now. He gets possession. He has the ball. All he does is pivot, and is he ever nailed.
Exciting, huh? We'll be back for more in a moment. Michigan leading 8-4. 15:29 to go in this first half of play. Irish inbounding. Notre Dame is 6th in the NCAA stats in rebounding this season. Michigan does a job on the boards. Both these teams, who cruises up front. Howard with the ball.
Boy, does he look ever small out there. 5'9". They list him at 184. No way.
Here's Howard. And the rebound pulled down by Relford, who got up high to haul it in. This is Joubert. In the corner, Turner. Tarpley fighting for position inside. Turner, rebound, Tarpley, blocked, what a block that time, Notre Dame's Ken Barlow.
To say this play is spirited is a mild piece of understatement. The intensity in this championship game, frightening.
Howard can't get through Relford. This is Dolan, and they are really double teaming inside. From this side, it was Barlow, Kenny Barlow. Just a sophomore, 6'10", 215 pounds. Michigan's up by 2.
Well, that little chewing that Digger gave him achieved the response that Digger wanted. He's got Barlow in high gear.
Now Joubert. Tarpley, Dolan on him. Tarpley puts it in. Roy Tarpley, the leading scorer, leading rebounder for the University of Michigan. He's 6'10", just a sophomore.
Well, he runs extremely well. They list him at 195, but he's strong.
Michigan's up by 4. Howard, leading pass receiver for the past 3 years for Notre Dame. Taking the Liberty Bowl and came out for the basketball team. Gets off the shot. Rebound! Putting it up was Barlow. But they say no basket. He was up over the cylinder. Digger Phelps is irate.
Jack Hannon made the call. He was in the right spot. I have no idea whether it was right or wrong, but he was in the right spot. Remember now, if that ball, even if it's 5 feet above the rim, here's Howard's drive, goes off the iron from that particular angle. It's hard to see whether any piece of it was in the extended cylinder above the rim, even if it's 4 feet up there. If any part of it would have touched the rim on the way down, it was supposed to be left alone. Jack Hannon said it wasn't.
Michigan is leading by a score of 10-6. McCormick finds an opening.
He put a ball fake as Tim Kempton went flying by. I could feel the breeze over here.
Tim McCormick makes it 12-6. The Wolverines are leading Ann Arbor, Michigan.
We're still talking hand-to-hand combat down on that baseline.
Sluby, Tarpley, Joubert brings it down, and they bring it down in a hurry, as you can see. Look at Joubert.
He and Sluby checking each other. Good match.
Well, they guard quickly inside. McCormick turns around. Howard almost got the ball out of his hands in the battle for the ball. He's going to pick it up, dive for the ball, and is taken back. Look at the Irish Sluby with the ball. Feeding that to Barlow for the shot.
Notre Dame in transition, not given credit for being a team that runs pretty well. Does not have the great speed. They're usually under control. They'll take that 15-footer.
Michigan leading 12-8. Turner with an alley-oop play. Intended inside for Welford, but he couldn't get up to get the ball. Sluby with it now. And Welford gets back in position. This is Barlow. Fakes, and he's hit by Copley.
Barlow's come alive, Pablo. Bigger Phelps called him over. And after just about a minute of play, and he got some teeth marks in his earlobe. And he has gotten the response that he wanted. Tell me this isn't a contact sport. On this particular play, it appears to be a collision sport, but the foul was a good one. Tarpley knew he was in the air, committed, and that he was going to foul. He made real sure there was no chance for a three-point play.
Notre Dame now has its 9th point. Michigan is 12. And Kenny Barlow is at the line for his second attempt. And makes it. Notre Dame really has shot well. In fact, against Southwestern Louisiana at the free throw line, they went 0 for 0 in the first half and 17 for 20 in the second. How about that for a turnaround up the line? Tarpley inside, gets it up. Rebound, Barlow, who has been outstanding since the talk that Bucky just alluded to.
Well, it wasn't a conversation. It was a one-way street. Bigger did the talk and Barlow did the listening. Now Barlow's doing the playing. Case closed.
Howard against Turner, pressing him tight. He's provided quite a spark for Notre Dame.
Michigan really following up well in their defense.
Howard, and decides to pass off. Oh, look at this. What, do you want to reach up and get that one?
Well, maybe in vintage years. Certainly not from this position sitting down. I could really do that, you know, Bob.
Well, they promised an exciting game, and we're getting just that. Michigan leading 12-10, 11:30 to go in the half. You're watching the 1984 National Invitation Tournament.
They're known around the world. They give basketball a new dimension.
Team's playing well. This game is right where we expected it. 11 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Notre Dame down 2. The defense, when that ball lodges in the rim that way, it will be a jump ball in the foul circle there in Michigan's defensive end. We don't see that very often. We do have a shot clock, 45 seconds. Hasn't been a factor so far in the tournament. And that first game, which was more of a track meet than a basketball game. Oh, nice.
Yeah. We spoke about Barlow, who's West Louisiana, were a career high for him in that semifinal game. Right now, the score: Michigan 12, Notre Dame 10. Getting set for action to get on the way, and the scoring so far: Barlow with 6 points, Sluby is 4 for the Fighting Irish, 4 apiece for McCormick and Joubert for Michigan, and Turner and Tarpley have 2 apiece.
New look by the Irish now, 1-3-1, aggressive half-court trap. Trying to force some perimeter shooting that has not been a strength for Michigan this year.
Turner with a quick pass to McCormick. He wasted a little time in getting it up, averaged over 11 points during the season.
McCormick showed that he could pull a lane on the break Monday night. Michigan, which fell into the Big Ten style of play, which is shot selection, strong defense, a lot more half-court than has been the case here in the NIT. Most of the teams a little looser, pushing the ball up the floor more.
Henson doesn't get the roll. Welford with the rebound. The Wolverines with a 4-point lead at 14-10 as we approach the midway point of the first half. Howard sticking very close to Turner. Joubert trying to get inside. No post. Welford with the ball.
Boy, posting up with Sluby, that's like tugging on Superman's cape.
Well, the paint is clear right now, and Welford promptly comes out. He can go outside and play as well as in.
Kempton and McCormick. It's a tag team match.
Tarpley with those long arms. He makes good use of them, too. Joubert from outside. They're not taking any hesitancy. Tarpley follows, feeds, McCormick puts it in.
One pass too many. Actually, Tarpley had a good layup. Could have been an overpass. Again, Michigan had 22 offensive rebounds on Monday night against Virginia Tech. 22. That's at least a month's work for some teams.
Sluby. Rebound Kempton. Knocked out of his hands. Welford was there. Welford knocked in and it came down and it bounded off Kempton's foot.
I tell you, that's no small feat to knock it out of Kempton's hand. He tends to squeeze the air out of the ball.
Here's Dan Pellicutis. Has a 3.9 grade point average.
Yeah, and of more importance Monday night, he had 8 assists, only 1 turnover as the Wolverines came from behind to beat Virginia Tech and make it here to this championship game.
Pellicutis, fine passer, as you referred to a number of assists he's already picked up, and that's his job, to keep that ball moving. Copley from outside. Rebound. Pulled down by Barlow. The score is 16-10. The Wolverines are up. 9 minutes and some seconds to go in the half. Hicks with the ball. Scott Hicks has come in for the Irish. Sloopy, good spin. Kempton finds an opening across the paint, partially blocked by McCormick, and a whistle on the play as Barlow was tugging for the ball along with Wade, who is also moved to the lineup now for Michigan.
Kempton playing very hard, but the agility of that front court of Michigan, McCormick, Tarpley, both moving very well. Getting a little rest. Good move by Digger.
Barlow is committed on that foul, called on the foul. Bowen is in the ball game now, replacing Kempton for Notre Dame. John Bowen, he's a lefty. Here's Wade. He looked good in the semifinal game, particularly inside against the boards. McCormick with a turnaround jumper. McCormick has gone 5 for 5. He's got 10 points, and Michigan's up by 8.
Well, I'm sure that McCormick spells relief, R-O-Y-A-L, because that time, instead of having Big Red Kempton on him, he had Royal, who's just a freshman and a rather passive player, though very talented, and he just showed him no respect at all. Right in his face.
Sluby. Bounce pass in traffic. Royal with the shot. Yeah. And they have a travel ball nullifying the basket. That's the 7th turnover.
Royal a little timid in there, feeling the pressure. An aggressive Michigan defense. Shuffle those feet. Look at that man's face.
Donald Royal we spoke about. Only 17 years old, Bucky.
Yeah, well, for you lip leaders out there, is a real treat. Next case. He wants his championship.
McCormick. They talk about that heavy fight inside. This is Scott Hicks, who can rebound, incidentally. Coming down with that ball. Sluby. And the whistle as well as the bucket. So Tom Sluby, leading scorer for Notre Dame.
We're going to have a chance to see a real smart offensive player. Watch now. Sluby shows the ball fake. Good fake. Draws Joubert to him. Gets under control. Gathers, goes straight up. The key to Sluby is he very seldom puts that second dribble down. He puts that first dribble down, plants the feet, squares the shoulders. He can virtually, with that strong body, take the ball from that 10 to 12 foot range anytime he wants. His range doesn't go to 20. He doesn't need it. He gets in there where he can make it.
That makes it an 18-13 game.
An exciting play.
Here at Madison Square Garden, Bob Wolf, Bucky Waters, Bruce Beck, the score Michigan 18, Notre Dame 13, 7:52 to go in the first half. Sluby is 7 points, Barlow 6. That's all the scoring so far for the Fighting Irish. McCormick with 10 faces Michigan. Tarpley 2, Joubert 4, Turner 2, and here's the field goal shooting. Look at the percentages. But they're getting those rebounds inside and converting in there. Last year, the MVP of the NIT was Ron Anderson of Fresno State. Remember the Red Wave came in and did it all? Let's see who it will be this season. Pellicutis, Wade, McCormick. Middle lane is wide open as Pellicutis gets out of the traffic. And here's Tarpley feeding. Beautiful shot from the side. McCormick has 12 points.
McCormick showing an aggressiveness that I really hadn't seen from him before.
McCormick already has more points than he averaged during the year. Averaged over 11, now has 12.
Well, he had 8 offensive rebounds on Monday night and filled the lane on the break. He has another year of eligibility. He could be just an outstanding player.
7-point lead for the Wolverines as Sluby almost cuts it down. McCormick rebounds. He has been outstanding in the half. Pellicutis with the ball. Palakudis. McCormick goes up. And McCormick tries to get inside against Bowen. A foul is called on the play. There was a push inside.
A good foul by McCormick. When you get your big men going to the offensive board like that, good things are going to happen. Tim Kempton back in the game. As is Price.
So Joe Price, number 40, be putting the ball into play.
More big guards. Another fine specimen in the backcourt. Well, the guards in this game are like middle linebackers.
Large teams. It's the counterpart of Michigan and Notre Dame in football. This is Hicks and Wallow.
I look for Palakudis to give Hicks some problems.
Michigan is up by 7. Kempton calling for that ball, and Wade is really banging into him. Look at those two go at it. Here's Kempton trying to get free for a shot, and he gets it up, and it won't go.
Wade hit the deck, but he sure got up fast.
He's a bruiser.
He was almost a welcome mat right in the lane with people jumping on him.
Joubert, good move. Whistle, and I believe they got Kempton. Let's see who they call on this one. Going over to the scorer's table for the call. It was Kempton. Frieder
seems to be under control. That man has a photographic memory. He's if you play cards with him, you're in big trouble because he memorizes all of them.
Tarpley. Oh, what a block by Barlow.
Price handling that ball well in traffic.
Barlow with the shot. Hits. That's the second time that he's gotten the block, come down, and then got the two-pointer. It's now 20-15 in Michigan.
Barlow had 12 boards on the semifinal night on Monday, but he was only 5 for 15 from the floor, which made Notre Dame's escape to the finals an adventure. Joubert passes that ball very quickly. His quick hands.
Dolan's coming back in the game.
Jim Dolan, number 42, for the Irish. And 20-15. 25 for the Wolverines.
Royal is out.
Palakudis with a long stretch, giving Joubert a rest. A lot more speed in the backcourt now for the Wolverines. Turner and Palakudis.
Well, Palakudis' speed is intended for Tarpley, who just rolled out of that spot as the pass came in. So the fifth turnover.
The charge against the Notre Dame bench.
Digger Phelps up there making some comments on the officiating. Charged with a technical foul. Talking to Dolan, who is trying to get some conversation going.
Tarpley will shoot 2. And hoist the lead up to 21-15 with 5:19 to go in the half. And he makes the second. Roy Tarpley from Cooley High School, Detroit, Michigan, on to college. 54% shooter in the Big Ten, third in rebounds. Has the school record for block shots. Actually was born in New York City.
Let's see what that technical does for the Irish. If it fires them up. It sure got some of the crowd that was asleep in the game.
Michigan leading by 7.
It's a love-hate relationship with Digger Phelps here in New York. Had that Cinderella year with Fordham and then left to coach the Irish. Some folks haven't really forgiven him for that.
After Eric Turner's second basket for Michigan, it's a 9-point lead at 24-15. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half of play for the championship of the National Invitation Tournament. Price. A little hectic under the glass right there.
Yeah, like rugby hectic. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't go in there following up a shot without a tetanus shot. I mean, they are banging.
Butch Wade, a 6'7", 230-pounder sophomore from Boston, committed the foul inside. Sluby. And Turner Turner was over there trying to get the ball away, reached in, the foul is committed.
We'll still be back in the game. I think we can look for Streeter to counter quickly with Joubert to match up physically, because right now with Pelakudis and Turner, we can look for Sluby to go one place, inside.
That puts Sluby at the line. It's a two-shot foul. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Michigan is over the limit. Notre Dame with 4 fouls, and Sluby at the line. 24-16. 24-17, 4.5 to go, first half.
Full court effectiveness, full court pressure, big redhead down on the point.
Tarpley, Pelakudis. What a pass inside the Tarpley. He likes to get a little hook shot in there. 1-1 again. So far in the scoring, just 2 players for Notre Dame have done all the scoring. Sluby with 9 and Barlow with 8.
Our technical on the Notre Dame bench seems to have neutral for a while.
Dolan shooting on the Relford foul, and he misses the 1-1. Pelakudis. Turner against Howard, who tried to draw the charging foul, but doesn't do it. Rebound Sluby. With 4 minutes to go, Michigan 24, Notre Dame 17.
Let's see if Sluby takes those smaller guards down inside.
Dolan directing traffic there as Howard goes left.
There's Sluby posting up.
Now we run into Relford, and all of a sudden the specter, but the ball slipped free, and there's Turner. Oh, look at this. They call an offensive foul.
Dolan took a chance at midcourt. The 6'8", 220-pounder from New Jersey held his ground rather than try to get back. Eric Turner not under control. Would have been 3-on-1 if he could have just gotten by Dolan.
With 3:46 to go, Michigan leading 24-17. You're watching the 1984 National Invitation Tournament. For Michigan, the 4th NIT appearance. And let's take a look here at this replay of the Musclemen underneath. Bucky?
Look at Fritz Wade, 53, and Tim Kempton, 41, going at it. Don't ask me where the beef is. Just look. Both of those men amazingly agile. Kempton has pretty good touch. As we pointed out, his value to the Notre Dame team.
Under the 4-minute mark, Michigan up 24-17. Howard, guarded by Pelakudis. Kempton. 3 men around him as he went up with the ball, and it's Tarpley pulling down the rebound. Turner. Oh, goes in. Turner is 6 points.
Michigan widening this lead now with Joubert on the bench and not in foul trouble. Bill Frieder staying with his team that's gradually easing out on the Irish. With the smaller guards now, Michigan has gone to his own to help diffuse the possibility of Sluby posting up with the smaller guards.
Barlow from the side.
Like Notre Dame was a long time on 17 points.
Barlow's gone 4 for 4. The score, Michigan 26, Notre Dame 19. Barlow has 10 points. He's also had a couple of free throws, which have found the range.
Wolverines now going down to a double stack. Lots of inside screens. Both teams screen well with their muscle underneath.
Relford on the miss. Rebound Dolan. Here's Howard. Sluby. Boy, they get back in a hurry, don't they?
That time there was nobody on the offensive board for Michigan. It was fire and fall back. Very unusual.
Trying to work the ball inside. Howard couldn't get it through, and Wade came up with it. Here's Tarpley. Ball swept out of his hand by Sluby on the foul. Howard, who usually is a fine penetrator, has not been able to physically go through. He's trying to bounce it through, and they really have a converging out there.
Yeah, and that's one to go back in the game. And Sluby can look forward to somebody his own size to beat up on.
2 2 minutes left to play in the half. Michigan leading 26-19.
Well, actually, I'm not sure, Bob, because this time Joubert is in there as a small forward. With Turner and Pellicudis remaining in the game, Bill Feeder going for a little quickness, a little less bulk.
Wade from the side. Kempton rebounds. Quick outlet pass. Howard.
Again, no man's land on the offensive board for the Wolverines.
Howard on the miss. Barlow is there to follow. Knocked out of his grasp, and they'll keep possession. But the other official sees it the other way. We had one call out of bounds, but there was a hold on the knee, and Tarpley is called on the foul.
Jack Hannon had a clear view, but so did Hank Nichols, who was right in front of the play. Three top officials who won this championship game. Larry Limbaugh, Hank Nichols, Jack Hannon. First break. You may well see a couple of them in the finals of the NCAA tournament in Seattle next weekend.
26-20. Barlow will shoot another. Here's McCormick coming in. Barlow has 11 points. Sluby has 9. Two men have all the Notre Dame points. Michigan has had 4 men in the scoring column.
Here's Barlow's career high, 12 boards. Monday night to get past the Ragin' Cajuns and bring the Irish for a second chance at this championship. Leading at the buzzer in 73.
Look at the steal by Sluby, and Pellicudis slapped it away. And now Dolan trying to get it back towards Sluby and hit it too hard as the ball goes over again to the Wolverines with a minute 26 to go in the half.
Notre Dame coming down court. Trying to pass over Kempton is an adventure, boy. He doesn't get back fast, but it's a high pass.
Pellicudis' pass was too low. And this time it didn't skip up, but bounded out of bounds off McCormick.
Pellicudis threw that bounce pass, and he just apologized to the big guy. Put it right on his shoelaces.
A minute 16 to play in the half. The Fighting Irish trail by 5 as they bring the ball down. The crowd well up for this game, and well they might. It's the championship of the National Invitation Tournament.
This zone has cooled Sluby a bit, having trouble getting the ball.
When Kempton got it, there were 3 men around it, but he still muscled his way up to the layup.
That's why they're 18-5 with Kempton and 3-6 without him.
What a difference.
Well, he
26 and 23.
generates electricity with his fire.
Joubert, 28 to 23, without a 30 seconds and a half.
Irish going to go for one, it appears. It's a good opportunity for Michigan to take some chances in the passing lane.
Barlow, rebound, picked up by Kempton.
More conversation. Either Antoine Joubert has a hearing problem, or Tim Kempton wanted to put a little emphasis on it. All right, here's Barlow's jumper. Now let's see where Kempton comes from. He has the inside position. Very nice rebounding, tips that ball, and watch as he comes back to Joubert. I mean, he lets him have it from the diaphragm, like an opera singer.
There's no question about Kempton's work. There were actually 3 men on all sides. That's the second time they've been right around him, and he still muscled his way up. Of course, he's a big guy there. Well, by Joubert.
Well, if you front the postman, as they were doing that time with Kempton, it's also very difficult to front him and then go around and keep him off the board.
28-26, Michigan is up by 2. We're down now to the last 15 seconds of the half. Turner against Howard.
Momentum very much with the Irish at the close of this half.
Under 10 seconds, shot by Turner. Rebound, hits. He can rebound too. We're down to 4 seconds. 3, 2. The ball knocked out of bounds with a second to go.
Good opportunity now. I expect that ball to go right down in the lane. Looking for a foul. Good play here. It isn't bad. It's for this sideline pass, and Dolan's a good passer. Just put that ball off the glass.
Royal is back in for Notre Dame as they jockey for position with a 1 second to go.
They're obviously not going to do that, taking Kempton out of the game. Good it's not bad strategy right here. Just put that ball in the glass and pack the lane in with your bigger people. Maybe you get a foul, maybe you get a tip.
The shot by Price will go at the buzzer.
That's the end of the first half.
Lost some half. A real battle. And, of course, we got a lot more coming up. Just a 2-point difference. Michigan leading Notre Dame 28-26 in the second half still to come. Join us.
He's built a 9-point lead in that first half, leading at 1 point, 26-17.
For the inbound now for the Fighting Irish. Neither team has ever won the NIT championship. That'll be changed tonight. One will go home, ending the season on a high note. The other, well, they'll look forward to the following year. Howard. Turner on him. Sluby. Joubert guarding him. Inside, McCormick leaning against Kempton. Sluby. Sluby finds room. Rebound tipped, and Barlow keeps it alive. Sluby. Barlow has been most effective. Second chances.
Both teams had 4 offensive rebounds, a far cry from their awesome offensive rebounding demonstration in the semifinals Monday night, but then both teams were playing against smaller, quicker varieties.
Joubert has 3 as he tried to intercept that pass to Sluby. He is the only one on either side who has as many as 3, quite a few of 2 fouls.
Sluby had a big second half in the semifinals, 16 points to be exact.
Kempton has come out, as you note. Now rolls away from the ball.
Michigan zoning on the inbounds on the baseline. They prefer man.
Kempton, as he went up, Relford came across to go up with him on the foul.
Followed by Richard Relford. His second.
Notre Dame making ample use of that free throw line. 8 for 9. Michigan has gone 2 for 2 in the technical fouls. Kempton at the line right now.
Well, it's really hard to believe that Michigan didn't get to the line except for the foul on Digger Phelps, technical foul. It seemed to be a very physical game.
He was fouled in the act of shooting. This is the 2-shot foul.
The Irish never led in the first half.
The score, it's all tied at 28 with over 19 minutes to play. There it is. Crowd really alive here at Madison Square Garden.
The last time it was tied, it was at 2-2. And it appeared that Michigan was just going to do everything its own way. But the Irish had come back.
That time, Howard came in to try to steal the ball from Turner and knocked it out of bounds. McCormick will be putting the ball in play. Joubert. Turner. McCormick in the corner. They're slumping off him. They don't expect him to shoot from there. But he does. And hits.
McCormick really playing well. Bill Fruder says when McCormick gives us a great game, we're awfully tough. McCormick giving him that great game. Had a slight ankle sprain Monday night in the semifinals. Certainly doesn't appear to be bothering him.
They gave him room, and McCormick took advantage of it.
Kept in a little conversation. McCormick has got back off. Tim Kenton has intimidated a few folks with that flaming red hair and 250-pound frame. McCormick, rather docile looking, but has not yielded to the intimidation.
That was Kempton's second foul. The Wolverines are up by 2. Relford, Joubert, inside is Tropley. Dolan is on him. This is Turner. Eric Turner. Comes from a real sports family. His dad, the footballer Ewich Barnes, who played for the Giants and the Browns. The pass gets away. It was a low one to Howard. Out of bounds. Michigan's up by 4 at this juncture. Long way still to go.
Jim Dolan very seldom throws a bad pass. You can throw low passes, and especially if you're going to throw one to Joe Howard, because he's the only little guy out there. But it was so low, even Joe with quick hands couldn't get it.
Knocked away from Turner, but he recovers the ball. Joubert, Sluby watching him.
Both teams, again, really setting good screens down inside.
This Tarpley very active inside. You can see the way that he moves around. He was hit that time as he went up on the left side. Dolan cut across and was guarding him very tightly. Donald Royal moves in the lineup. Dolan is out. Donald Royal will be 18 in May.
He's very, very young. There have been some analogies drawn to other great athletes who have played that young. But he is amazingly agile. Puts about 30 pounds on that body, is going to be something else.
Tarpley second. 34-28. Trainer's out. Pelakudis is in.
Well, Pelakudis gave Michigan a great effort, and it may not have been all his doing. His appearance in there was when Notre Dame made their comeback. There was on the bench.
Pelakudis came from behind, trying to get the ball away, committed the foul on the play. Michigan leading 34-28. Pelakudis now exits the ball game. Turner, after a quick respite on the bench, is back in.
He was 3 for 7 in the first half. Virtually no offense from him in the semifinals. And he's key. He's the quickest man on the floor, except for Joe Howard. And Joe Howard's a nice player, but he's not a franchise guard.
Short on the Barlow. McCormick with the rebound. Turner into front court. Relford can't get in. Turner feeds. McCormick going up on the left-hand side. The foul is committed. Good feed on the penetration.
It really was. That's the dimension that Eric Turner has in this basketball game. He's a good player, and he has that good speed to penetrate and feed that hulking front line of the Wolverines.
Royal on the foul. One more coming. So Price comes in for Royal for Notre Dame. McCormick getting set for the second shot. It comes from Foxton, Michigan.
They're not getting much time. What you call a cameo appearance. Here come the Irish.
Michigan with a 7-point lead. Look at the press. Price. Price lets fly. Rebound, McCormick. Stripped away from the ball, but on the play, he was fouled by Price.
Well, it's interesting. Notre Dame attacking the Michigan press. Many times teams that play well half-court, as Notre Dame does, will just break that press and go down and set up their half-court game. Not so. They took it to the basket. It was a good shot, too.
Michigan 35, Notre Dame 28. Long way to go, over 16 minutes to play in the second half. Barkley inside, pretty well guarded by Barlow. Like he's surrounded right now. Kempton falling off McCormick to help out inside as well. So Tarpley really has a screen around him. Tarpley moving toward the ball, gets it, loses it, picked up. Sluby. And Tarpley goes over to guard him.
The changing defenses of Notre Dame giving Michigan's offense problems. Virtually changing every time down the floor. That time it was a matchup. Michigan just standing, not running its stuff.
Kempton. Travel, loses the ball. Timeout is called at this juncture. We have 15:43 to go in the second half. Michigan leading 35-28. You're watching the 1984 National Invitation Tournament. Bob Wolf, Bucky Waters, Bruce Jenkins, Madison Square Garden. There are bruising battles going on between two tough contenders, both going for the NIT, and here's a fellow who can put the ball in the basket, Bucky.
6'6", Chris Mullen of St. John's, their NCAA tournament derailed rather quickly by the Owls of Temple in the first round, but he's a player. Has made it very clear he's going to come back. And that should make the little leprechaun from St. John's, Lou Carnesecca, very happy. Chris Mullen is one fine basketball player.
Joubert's dribbling got a reaction from the crowd. Dolan is in now for Kempton, and an offensive foul.
And
Howard was there.
I was just going to say, he better not get cute with Howard, because Howard's feet are so quick that he could very easily throw that fourth foul on him. This is key now, because this game, basically, this half has taken the same tack as the first half. No question about it. Terrific defensive play by the little man.
Pelikutas takes Joubert's place. Price, Howard, Pelikutas. Oh, Pelikutas almost got hit in the nose. As Howard tried to rock inside. From the side, Barlow feeds, and it is Dolan putting it in.
Well, without Joubert, that was the time in the first half when the Irish were down as much as 9 that they made their move to bring it within a deuce at halftime. Joubert very key to this Michigan team.
McCormick, Turner, this is Tarpley inside, one-on-one against Barlow with the hook. He loves that little hook shot.
Nice fake with the head and shoulders to set it up.
Michigan up by 7, 37-30.
Key matchup now is Tarpley trying to check Sluby. Sluby, who went for 16 in the second half Monday night to bring the Irish to the finals, can score an Irish.
Howard moving inside. The offensive foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Digger has the good knees, spending most of the night in a Johnny bench position.
His coaching staff, Pete Gillen, Gary Brokaw, Jim Barron, John Heisler, his sports information director, and Gene Corrigan, the AD. Pelikutas, good pass. Relford rejects the hooker, he was fouled, going in.
Richard Relford with a Class A move. We're talking quickness here, folks. 6'6", 230-pound sophomore from Riviera Beach, Florida, makes a move, uses that right elbow just a little bit there that you couldn't see to make a little room, moving Ken Barlow just enough to ease that shot in and a chance to go for 3.
So Barlow on the foul. We've got changes in the lineup now as Michigan pulls out in front by 9 points. 39-30 with 14:10 to go in the game. Relford putting a contact lens back in. Michigan, their AD is Don Canham, Sports Information Director Bruce McGay. Go through his coaching staff, Mike Boyd, Steve Fisher, Bud Vandaway, and Ernie Sellers. Relford, all set now.
Michigan finished short in the tough Big Ten. Bill Frieder was funny. He said, we've had some good players at Michigan. Campy Russell, Kazzy Russell, Tom Janovich. We've never won any kind of tournament outside the state of Michigan. Not Christmas, not Thanksgiving, certainly no NCAA or NIT.
The score had been tied at 28. Michigan has now scored 12 of the last 14 points. They lead by 10.
Good down-court pressure by the Wolverines. Had Tim Kempton trying to play point guard, and it didn't look too good on him. Turner giving away pounds and inches, trying to check Sluby underneath.
Barlow short, grabbed by Tarpley. This is the biggest lead in Scotty as is taken back. But on the line, Barlow picked it up on the line. So the Wolverines winning by 10 as Digger Phelps directing traffic across the way.
Well, there's no question. The one commodity, no matter how inspired Digger Phelps gets them, they just lack overall team quickness. And that has become more and more apparent as the night has worn on.
Tarpley does it again. Roy Tarpley, just a sophomore. 6'10", 195 pounds. Michigan with a 12-point lead, 13:19 to go, and a timeout is called. A lot more action come up. We're a long way from the end, but right now Michigan leads by 12.
There's something special about the homes Coldwell Banker sells.
Is this it?
This home is us. We helped us make the dream come true. To live the way
Sears Financial Network, Coldwell Banker Real Estate can bring you home.
The score of the ball game, 42-30. This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely to the entertainment of the audience, our audience, and any public TV broadcast. All the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. The announcers on this telecast were selected by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated. To miss the first game, taking third place in the tournament, Virginia Tech, they won 71-70 over Southwestern Louisiana. Notre Dame has scored only once in their last 9 possessions.
Kempton trying to steal from behind. That's about like being hit from the back by a trailer truck. Not too nimble out there, the big fella, but he sure tries.
Michigan has scored 14 of the last 16 points.
What a play. Eric Turner caught that ball, laying flat on his back and made a pass.
Bodies are falling underneath. Eric Turner has 10 points. Michigan now leads by 14.
Valakutis and Howard, a good matchup in the backcourt. Michigan defense very impressive in this run.
Valakutis on the steal. Here he comes. He is to get the ball back in the corner.
Digger may need another one quick here. With just about 12 minutes to go, this game's getting out of hand.
11 in a row for the Wolverines, who lead 46-30.
The matchup on Sloopy now.
Notre Dame having great difficulty. They scored only once in their last 11 possessions. Meanwhile, Michigan is coming down and putting the ball in the basket.
Well, Digger very forceful. Monday night, he didn't feel his team play all that well, but they never lost their poise. In this last run of a couple of minutes, the Irish appear maybe to be losing that. They're down for a 2-2-1. Not that much of a deterrent. Valakutis, he's eely.
Notre Dame pressing the defense, trying to snipe that ball away. You can see Michigan is just moving it well against them. Turner decides to hold it up, feed in, and Tarpley does it. How about that shot?
There aren't many guys 5'10" that can make that move without getting a hernia. Tarpley at 6'10", 190, showing amazing agility.
18-point lead. Swoopy won't go. Rebound, Kempton. Finally stops the streak. 13 in a row before that basket.
Interesting. At that end of the floor, point guard Tim McCormick at 6'10", being pressed by the point of the press, Tim Kempton at 6'10". Good gracious. Eric Turner now, good fake. Looking down inside, finds Tarpley. Look at this, little double clutch, little hang time. And he says, no, I'm going to use that rim. You're not going to reject me. I'm going to wait till you go by and lay it soft.
So it's 1-1 right now at the line. 48-32 the score. Michigan leads. So we approach the midway point of the second half.
The play of Eric Turner has been very key to this impressive showing by Michigan.
Hicks is out. Price is in for Notre Dame.
Monday night, 1 for 8 from the floor.
Eric Turner. Dad also a Michigan man who went there for a postgraduate degree. 50-32. Double team. Valakutis steals the ball again. Up front it goes to Relford. Relford stops.
Digger Phelps thinking about using another timeout, and well he might. With a quarter to go, his Irish are down 20, and the next 10 minutes may be played somewhere over on Park Avenue. The Wolverines are in motion.
And the ball is lost again.
play by Sluby. What hands. A steal, and the Irish are going the other way.
And misses, but the follow-up promptly goes up over the shoulder of Barlow.
Still getting conversation.
Scott Lake's still the 10th for the Irish. Placing Joseph Price. Followed by Roy Topley. That's Topley's third.
Topley on the foul. Michigan in this spurt in the second half has gone 9 for 9 from the floor. They have just been tremendous. And steals and everything else.
Yeah, they've been mostly on transition down inside. The Notre Dame defense has become porous. And you just get the feeling that the Wolverines are just frenzy feeding. Kill. Notice the white patch on the Notre Dame uniforms. It's in honor of Gene Pasquette, who was a trainer there at Notre Dame for 31 years. He just passed away at the start of the basketball season. He was a much-loved member of the athletic department in South Bend.
Barlow, it's now 52-34. Michigan has been forcing these Notre Dame turnovers one after the other. Altogether 8 in the second half.
Just hasn't gone well for the Irish.
And there you saw Kemp and the ball out of his hands. He grabbed it. It was on the line. Michigan has the ball. And back to Turner. The Wolverines leading 52-34. Double team. See if they can get it over. And can they do? Pelakoutas.
But again, emphasizing the point, Joubert, a very key part of this Michigan team, has been on the bench, but it was taken from a close game to nearly a blowout.
Wade is number 53, uses his bulk well. Turner, we're past the midway point of the second half. Michigan up 52-34, running for their first basketball title outside of their state. Hard to believe, but that's the way Bill Frieda spoke. Pelakoutas blocked by Barlow. Tried to force that shot. Here's Howard. Sluby. And as he went in, he was hit.
Well, Sluby, the lone senior for the Irish of significance, seeing the waning moments of his career, has become very assertive offensively. An 18-point deficit is not too much to come back from with 9 minutes and 28 seconds. But I'll tell you, it's going to be darn near impossible as well as Michigan is playing at both ends of the floor. The item of quickness really taking its toll now. Just better overall team speed, showing itself defensively in the steals and in the transition game that accounted for an amazing shooting percentage here in the second half.
So Sluby at the line on the Wade foul, 52-36, 9:20 to go. Wade with the ball.
Michigan needs to get somebody in the middle against that 1-2-1-1 full court press. Kempton's size is giving him problems. Passing over the top.
Hicks trying to steal the ball away on the foul. You know, we spoke about Michigan with their trying to get their first NIT. We're going to the line 1-1. Notre Dame has won championships. Digger Phelps, you see there, outside of Indiana. Never the NIT. Their last tournament was last May when they won the Jadar Cup in Yugoslavia. And on that team was an 18-year-old guard named Drazon Petrovic, who'll be going to Notre Dame next year. And they say he can play ball, Bucky.
They say he's a very similar player to Jerry West. Now, that's a mouthful, and I have not seen the young man play. But indeed, those that I respect say he is an outstanding player. The Irish have recruited very well. They have 2 players in the McDonald's All-Star game in Los Angeles next weekend, and that's an indication of the fact that they've got 2 of the top 20 players in the country. The Irish will be back. Too bad they can't play tonight.
53-38, but Sluby is hot streaks. Kemp didn't get up there. Kempton is saying that it bounced out of bounds off Pelakoutas, but he doesn't get the call.
Michigan has become tentative against this pressure now. The shot clock will go off at 4 minutes, but what got him this big lead was attacking that pressure and getting in transition. There's that pass to the middle that they've been needing.
Wade, he split out the offense. Copley. These teams have had mutual opponents, but perhaps the tip-off was something that took place at the Meadowlands this year. At the Meadowlands this year, Rutgers beat Notre Dame by 2. Turner has 14 points, and Michigan, defeated Rutgers 97-69 there for the Wolverines' highest total of the season. Here is Sluby. Kempton tries to get it, bounces away from, picked up by McCormick. And McCormick looking for room to pass, intercepted by Howard. But Kempton is there, and he fouled the play as Turner goes over and commits the foul.
Notre Dame trying so hard. The effort of that man right there who took a heck of a shot, an elbow from McCormick, not an intentional one. McCormick trying to clear out some area there so he can make a pass. Watch how hard Kempton is working. No picture of grace, mind you. Just pure determination. A game that has not gone well for the Irish, and the frustration right there as he smacks the ball.
He keeps law and order. So does his mother, Maureen, a New York City police officer. His dad, Vincent, played basketball at St. Joseph's. Kempton comes from Bayville, New York.
Keep in mind now, both of these teams very, very young. They will for sure be in the top 20 next year, I think, in the preseason. The experience of their success here in the NIT, very important to them, confidence-wise, especially so to the winner, but just the experience of coming this far will help both teams.
You know, it's unusual, but you see a man as tall and big as Kempton actually using the press the way that he is, out front trying to grab the ball away.
There's your 3.9 student. Wouldn't force that pass underneath. Halakuda. Very slick article.
Valedictorian of his class. Going to law school after basketball season. McCormick now has 20 points.
I don't want to put any pressure on those who are making a selection for the MVP award in the NIT, but it'd be hard to choose between McCormick and Topley.
Rebound, Barlow. He had a hot foot. 57-42, time left to go, 7 minutes and some seconds.
The Irish down 9 midway through the first half. Made a good run at the end of the half.
Timeout is called by Michigan.
Digger Phelps hasn't given up.
They're still working at it, no question about that, with a long way to go. You're watching the 1984 National Invitation Tournament.
If you've been looking for a new car, come to O'Hara Lincoln Mercury Saab, where for $8,425 you can buy a new 1984 Mercury Topaz, equipped, not stripped. And with its front-wheel drive, you'll get around a lot better on Michiana roads. We can even handle the financing at special low-interest rates. So come over to O'Hara Lincoln Mercury Saab, Main at McKinley in Mishawaka, where we're easy to deal with.
Oh my, looks like you've got a little cash flow problem. Time to see the Idea Bankers at Pioneer Federal for a high-yield savings or investment plan to fit your needs and your budget. We've got some interesting ideas about savings accounts, so come in and open yours today. We've got a good idea. At Pioneer Federal, the Idea Bank got you covered.
This tastes better.
Kevin Allen picked Old Style Light in a taste test against his favorite light beer.
Miller Lite.
What's the matter?
I don't believe it. I've been drinking this for quite some time now. The Miller Lite is not what I thought it was, and the Old Style Light is much better tasting beer. Yesterday I would have told a friend to drink Miller Lite, but today I'd have to tell him to drink the Old Style Light.
Test Old Style Light and taste the difference Kreuzening makes in a light beer.
I was surprised to find that a light beer could taste so good and be so light.
The time, 7:18 to go. The score, Michigan 57, Notre Dame 42. Bob Wolf, Bucky Waters, Bruce Beck at Madison Square Garden. Take a look there at the shooting. How about that shooting? Michigan has really been something, haven't they?
That's in disbelief. 92% from the floor. That's absolutely incredible.
That's amazing. And look at Notre Dame's 29% by contrast. Topley pushing off against Dolan.
And he did it right in front of Hank Nichols. Now, yeah, Hank's a nice fellow, but there's no way he's going to let that go by. 92% for half has to be some kind of a record if they can sustain this. Remember now, there is a 45-second shot clock. It's 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go. It will go off at the 4-minute mark. And it's possible, and it would be difficult for Notre Dame, if Michigan elects to do it, But if you spread this Notre Dame team, they really have difficulty. The great deficiency that's kept them from being a great team all year is the speed quantity. And if they have to chase Pellicudis and Turner in the backcourt, it's going to be a long 4 minutes.
Topley with 4 fouls goes out. Wade is back in. Joubert, also has 4 fouls. Ellie Robinson keeping our stats in his usual fine form. Joey Taylor in our control unit. Here's Howard after that turnover. Howard. First basket. 57-44.
There's McCormick in the key spot against the defense. So hard to throw that ball over Kempton.
Look at this press. Turner.
Joubert back in the game now, being checked by Joe Howard. Look for Joubert to post him up. That is a real mismatch. Number 11, Joubert, who is very fresh. He's rested a long time in the second half.
Pellicudis guarded by Stuvey. This is Joubert. Howard is on him. Joubert lets fly. Rebound. McCormick.
What a tournament he's had, not just the final game.
As Kempton went up, the whistle on the play. Foul going in on the left-hand side.
Well, that's one of the few times Notre Dame had it easy. Michigan in the defensive laps there, if they were changing defenses, either they were changing defenses and the message didn't get through, or they just got confused on their man-to-man assignments.
Wade joins the ranks of those with 4 fouls for Michigan.
Tim Kempton's wide open underneath, and it's very hard to miss a 6'10", 250-pound medhead in the lane. You got to work at it.
So Kempton is shooting 2. 59-44. 59-45. The time left is 6 minutes, 12 seconds.
Nice touch by the big fella.
59-46.
Kempton's stamina being tested on the point of that press. Notice that right stocking protecting that stress fracture.
And Hicks, they try to knock the ball out of bounds off Hicks. He grabbed it. Sloopy with a shot.
We're talking a run here. It's 11 points, 3 minutes to go. Would this be some finish with Michigan shooting over 90%? I'm not sure Bill Fruiter wanted that shot. He sure was pleased when it went down.
So Joubert has 8, 61-48, and Hicks tries to answer. Rebound Joubert.
That face tells it all. The intensity, the effort. The Wolverines now trying to eat up a little time.
And the time, a little over 5 minutes. McCormick is making a good bid for MVP. He's got 24 points.
And he's done it from everywhere. Going up over the top of Lincoln at 17 feet. Also has not backed off from the physical play inside. He's just a lot tougher than I had given him credit for. I knew he was a good-looking specimen and a nice finesse player, but boy, he has adjusted to the banging in this tournament. And McCormick say he loves it, but it sure hasn't intimidated him.
He's got 11 for 13. McCormick 11 for 13. Turner in the last foul. That means that Topley, Joubert, Turner, and Wade all have 4 fouls for Michigan. There's Relford in. And Turner goes out. The time is 5:10. Howard at the line. It's 1-1. 63-48. Michigan leads.
Well, they had it down to 11 in the shot.
Earlier Michigan led, you recall, 52-32. Looked like they were really going to pull away, and Notre Dame started to move back right now, 63-48. 5 minutes to go, and under 5, and the ball out of bounds off Relford.
Concentration right here. Michigan with a 15-point pad, just under 5 minutes. The shot clock will go off at 4 minutes.
They've got to work quickly, Notre Dame. Sluby, and Sluby coming down the stretch. Usually can get hot. He's got 17 points. He faces Notre Dame in scoring.
Nobody in the middle to help the guy. Look at the corner. Now a point guard brings the ball up very impressively.
13-point lead for Michigan. As on the play, Pellikudis keeping that possession. Howard trying to scramble in to get it. And Howard on the foul. Both teams are in a bonus situation.
Jim Kemp is calling a huddle. Still trying to rally the Irish. That's another reason why Bill Frieder may want to take a little time off the clock. Serious foul problems for the Wolverines.
And Notre Dame only has anybody, just one person over 2. That's Howard with 3. Nobody else has more than 2. Lane violation, so Pellikudis will get there again.
Unbelievable. Notre Dame needed a break. They got it.
Kempton's got
Pellikudis is absolutely livid.
Pellikudis' uncle, Chris, great National League umpire, comes from a sports family.
Missed the opening on the 1-1. Gets a second chance, and Pellikudis, the competitor that he is, makes him pay for their mistake.
Wolverines lead by 14. Make that 15. 65-50. Bigger Phelps looking very pensive, a little melancholy at the moment, as you might anticipate. 15-point lead, 4.5 minutes left to play. Double team against Sluby. Howard. They keep moving the ball to Sluby for the shot. Rebound. Kempton went in the middle of that pile-up. Relford was there. Relford on the foul.
Relford kind of looked at us. Said, "You calling that on me? I'm trying to find a license number here."
Here's Scott Hicks coming in.
He's still talking about it. Because I guarantee you Kempton did rear-end him pretty good. I think Kempton's going to go out of this game and blaze the glory. It won't be a timid withdrawal. They're going to keep knocking people down to let buzzer blows. He's convinced if there's any ice, he doesn't want it on the cold drinks. He wants it on the lumps.
Relford and Wade, as you saw on the exit. Joubert, McCormick, Pellikudis, Turner, Kempton's at the line, and Tarleton Kempton for Michigan. Kempton has put a lot of energy into this game. 65-51, 4:19 left. Ollie Rumbaugh, the official, an athlete himself back during his playing days, baseball as well as basketball.
Notre Dame, a team without great speed. This is the toughest part for them. To extend their defense full court and score points in a hurry is not their style.
Joubert. Pellikudis, and they spread the offense, keeping that ball out. The seconds are ticking away as we approach the 4-minute mark. 65-52. The foul by Howard stops the clock with 4 minutes and 4 seconds to play.
The Michigan deployment with this pattern to run some time off the clock is still showing a double post underneath, so there really isn't any room for backdoor cuts, and there's tremendous pressure on the perimeter. I think Michigan has to make up its mind whether it's going to continue to run its offense or go to its big people inside or open up the floor and put it on the line free throw wise.
Michigan had great basketball teams, and they went downhill and then bounced back. This year, their first 20-win season since back in the 76-77 campaign.
Well, Bill Frieder took over for Johnny Orr and has been building this thing slowly, and the future looks superb.
67-52. Frieder's a graduate of the University of Michigan. Kempton Notre Dame still giving it a tremendous effort, 67-54. The time now shows under 4 minutes. The shot clock is off.
That'll still time. 13 points, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Michigan can't go to sleep. Give Notre Dame credit. They have never, ever played like they thought it was over.
And the seconds tick away. We're under 3:30 right now as Pelakoutas gave it a spin. This is Turner against Howard. And the offensive foul. Howard, magnificent maneuvering in a position, anticipating, so he's blocking the pass. So Turner is called on that offensive foul. And that is his fifth. He's out of the ball game. 3:20 to go. Michigan leading 67-54. Willie back.
If you're moving and need new phones, come to the GTE phone line and choose from a
Going down the home stretch now at Madison Square Garden. 67-54, Michigan. Turner's out. Bucky Waters, Bruce Beck here, and Michigan, under Bill Frieder, determined to make this their going-away game for this big season. Notre Dame, of course, with a young group of players, they'll be back, but it's still not over. Notre Dame keeping all the way. They've got to get that ball up and in quickly. A large margin, a large way to go with the time left at their disposal. Let's see what they do. Howard with the ball. You should have been looking at Snoopy. This time he was hit by Price, who didn't waste any time in launching the ball.
I'm telling you something. 11 points in 3 minutes. And plays like that.
Joubert. He gets the two and a whistle on the play.
That's another shot I'm not sure Bill Frieder wanted, but Joubert is fearless. He's got ice water in his veins. That's a very, very tough shot. Almost a charge here. Pelakoutas running amok. Gives the ball to Joubert. Cannot go all the way. He's under control. Hits it up in a little tactic. Takes a wrap in the mouth and has a chance to make it 3.
Foul was by Barlow.
Each team has 2 times out remaining, 2 for each team.
And Scooby has it with under 3 minutes now. 69-56. Scooby over to Price.
Wolverines in zone.
And they're coming out quickly on the periphery. Scooby. Rebound Copley. Pelakoutas, they give him the ball. Oh, look at that pass. How about a risky pass there? A lob pass under his own basket as Joubert leaps up and Price came in and tried to get him away.
I'll tell you something, Michigan really trying to make this an adventure. They're not taking very good care of the ball. McCormick is the key now because the pressure on the guards and their ball handling by Notre Dame is intense. McCormick can come up almost at will and be that outlet that diffuses the press.
Price on the foul, Joubert up the line. Bill Frieder speaking to his men on the side. 70-56.
McCormick also 11 for 13 from the field, so if for no other reason, the man's got the hot hand. I believe I'd find him. Also 11 boards.
71-56, 2:40 left to go.
The zone by Michigan, forcing Notre Dame to put it around the outside, reducing the foul possibilities.
Barlow, rebound, who's going to pull it down? Price. Price gets it up, won't go, follow up, and it is Barlow. Long pass goes down to Copley. Copley trying to move it, and Barlow is there in the hole.
Copley looked like a wide receiver, looked it in over his shoulder, felt pressure. Oh my, I can't believe this guy. Bear in mind now, he's 6'10". This sophomore from Detroit, look at this. Pulls it right in, Bo Schembechler, take note. Behind the back, sees he's got help. Oh, a blind pass. Gee. There is a point guard locked in a 6'10" body. Watch Howard now come out and snuggle in there. Trying to disconcert Copley. Also had a sensational final 2 games here at the NIT in New York.
Copley, just a sophomore.
The Big Ten's a good league, and this team's going to be reckoned with in the future.
Copley, leading scorer, leading rebounder for Michigan this season. Howard, whistle on the play. Clock stops with 2:09 left in the ball game. Michigan leading 73-58. Pelakudis with his second foul.
Well, Pelakudis not too pleased with that. Goldfrieder doesn't want any fouls. He doesn't want that clock stopped. And on the barrage on their board the time before, the one smart thing Michigan did was not stop the clock. They virtually gave the field goal rather than set up a possible three-point play and stop that clock.
Donald Royal is back in the lineup. Ruby goes out. 2:09 left as Howard is up the line. Six is also in the ball game for Notre Dame. One more for Howard. He's one of the few who's played major college football and basketball in the same season. Pass Tropley up by himself. Oh, missed it! Howard in the other direction. Under the 2-minute mark. Howard feeds Kempton. Kempton, beautiful play. And Digger Phelps wants a timeout if he can get it. Now, on the press.
By the scoreboard, he doesn't have any left if it's accurate.
Here's Pelakudis. Tropley. And the follow-up on McCormick. Also gets credit for the rebound on that one. 26 points. 11 rebounds.
Thompson, the substitute, still hustling out there. Michigan still trying to steal the ball. Trying to age old Bill Frieder over there.
Relford in. Tropley at 14 points. He is a fine ball. Just a very agile athlete. Sluby has come back in. Misses. Rebound picked up by Sluby. Score 75-63, fast break, but we've got a timeout called first with 1 minute and 18 seconds left in the game. So Michigan is leading by a score of 75-63. We'll be back for the last Kempton.
Mike Nichols makes the call.
That's his second personal foul.
Royal on the foul call, the offensive foul. He helped him there to get the ball in, but knocked over a couple of bodies in so doing without a minute 14. Long pass going to nowhere, and grabbed nicely for Michigan. Grabbing up all is guard Thompson, the freshman. And they're coming back. Here's Wade with Tropley goes back in. Sluby and Price.
What happened on that long pass? It has to touch somebody in bounds in 5 seconds. It did not.
Oh, good pass inside. Barlow. Tropley on the rebound, and he's tied up by Kempton, and they get Kempton on the foul.
Well, as you can see, Bill Frieder not assuming anything, putting Tropley back in the game.
Kempton is at 19 points. All is Sluby for Notre Dame, and Barlow is at 18. And on the University of Michigan side, McCormick with 26. Turner's at 16, Tropley 14, Zuber at 12, and here's Tropley at the line.
Yes, sir. This Michigan team's going to be something. I have no idea what the recruiting pattern is. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
So Tropley with 23 against Virginia Tech now adds 16 to his total. Plus 7 rebounds. 77-63. We're down to a little over a minute. Sluby off course. Stay here. Wade came in to try to get that rebound, and I believe they called him.
Digger still working.
Out of bounds off Wade.
Still working the officials, his team.
Price Price, short. Wade with the ball. Quick outlet pass. Here's Joubert. Copley. Oh, what a shot!
Terrible shot.
Intercepted by Pelakoutis. Pelakoutis feeding McCormick for 2 more.
Why not? McCormick has been at the right place at the right time all night. Digger Phelps said before this game that this Michigan team reminded him of Maryland. And of course, it was one of the better wins the Irish had this year when they upset the Terrapins in South Bend. But tonight, Michigan gave them no chance. They jumped on him quick, took a pretty good shot as Notre Dame came back to make it 2 within the half after being down as much as 9. But in the second half, it was the Wolverines all the way.
40 seconds to go. Michigan leading 81-63. The players are jubilant. They're cleaning off the bench, letting everybody taste NIT action at Madison Square Garden. The Michigan fans cheering. Notre Dame, of course, gave it a tremendous effort, but it was a Michigan night. Right now, McCormick, who has had a sensational game, is at the line, going for his 29th point. Buchanan, who's been injured during the year, else he would have seen more action. And a turnover with 27 seconds to go. The whistle on the play.
Really amazed to see Buchanan in there. He and Duff lost in the backcourt. Academics. Duff, injury for Buchanan is what brought about Joe Howard's presence on the basketball team. Digger has had a long year from the standpoint of injury. With a great freshman crop coming, his young Irish will also be one of the better teams in the country next year.
McCormick with 28 points, 12 rebounds. This is Rocky Moore with the ball, shooting, hitting. Rocky Moore gets in the scoring column. 83-63, 14 seconds left to play. The miss by Newell. Wade with the ball. Wade goes up. The clock shows just 2 seconds to go. Michigan leading by 20. Buchanan on the foul.
Michigan a slight favorite in this game. Blowing the Irish away.
So here's Butch Wade, who has made his presence known. One more coming up. Wade gets it back, goes up, and that's the ball game. Michigan winning the ball game.